Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Dashboard here with another video. In this one, I am actually going over a game that we played about last Friday. It was an ice tournament. So this was a 30, sorry not 30, it was a 20,000 gem tournament. Essentially, first place gets 10,000 gems, so 2,000 per player. And then it scales like lower from there if you're second and third place. So this was actually the finals of the tournament. We played a few games leading up to this, but yeah, I thought this was a pretty good finals to record. Hopefully, we can learn a lot from this. And there's a lot of really good players in this game. We have, on the enemy team, we have Gamma and Oath. Oath is currently in SPL right now, and Gamma is in the SEC. He plays with Stanford Soccer and all them, and Aquarius. Jengaru is also in the SEC as well. The only one on that team that isn't is Panda Turtle. And also Ramakami's in the SEC. On my team, everybody from Snatty, Miggy, Bayro, and Hydro are all in the SEC. I personally was in the SEC last season, so this is a really, really high-level game. So there's a lot of good plays. Hopefully we can just kind of go over and just chill and vibe to, honestly. So I guess just to pick it up, starting on draft phase, we actually weren't too confident with our draft this game. we were actually like kind of just sitting there joking in lobby saying like, oh, we lost the draft. But I actually felt like our fight was pretty strong this game. So Hell is a really good support right now. She brings a lot of pressure to lane, as you guys can see. And so that was one thing that, we were kind of worried about. They got the Hell pick. They also got Hercules. Hercules is super S tier soul laner. Probably the best soul laner currently, I think. Other soul laners you have like Vamana, you have Hades, I think, who's still pretty good. And then a few others, but I would say Hercules tops them all. So we were definitely thinking in our heads like, okay, like they have Ishtar as well. We have a Heim. Ishtar is just a better character than Heim right now. So this is going to be a tough game for us, but we managed to pull it out. And in terms of laning, I kind of know that they're going to get pressure, so we kind of just want to be aggressive here a little bit. As you saw, we couldn't test them on shield buff, but we also want to be a bit careful, right? They have a stronger fight than we do. They always will at this stage. Hell just brings so much pressure to the lane. And Ardio brings a decent amount too. Ardio is definitely a high pressure character, but Hell's going to bring a little bit more pressure. Sorry, I was clearing my throat. Apologies for that. And Ishtar is also going to bring way more pressure than Heim. So just looking at the dual lane, looking at the dual lane matchup, we know that they're going to pressure. So all we really want to do is, we're not going to try to invade their purple or anything like that. We just want to play our purple. We want to make sure they don't get it. And we also want to contest them at show camps. Now Gamma actually comes over here to invade our purple. He's a very good support player, so he knows he can aggress here. And I actually tried to poke Gamma out and take away the purple, like from him. But I unknowingly, and this hasn't really ever happened to me before, I kind of actually like dragged the purple outside of where he can drag it. Luckily, actually not luckily, they actually ended up getting it. So I'm watching this from like an inverted POV. Unfortunately, they ended up getting it, and that's partially just on me. I dragged the purple out, and I didn't really know that you could do that. I have not really seen that before, and I haven't done it at least this season yet. So that was just unfortunate. But here, as you can see, I'm just, again, trying to contest show camp, trying to be annoying. You don't just want to sit there and back down. You do want to have some sort of aggression, even though they have more aggressive picks than you, if that makes sense. The best way I can explain it is, like, you're getting out pressured, but, like, you can't just physically give up everything for free. Otherwise, they will, like, hard just outscale you. Not really outscale you, but they'll be so far up and just snowball. So you want to show some sort of fight back, right? So here as well, we're just holding wave. It's a really good idea to hold wave, whether you have pressure or not have pressure, to be honest with you. If there's nothing else going on, holding wave is just the best thing. I'm also a little scared of Oath, because I know that Oath in-game just kind of like turn 5 or will turn 5 soon. So one of the comms I'm making here is like, we got to be careful. Thor's going to end up ganking, and I'm kind of worried about it. And so, like, that's what we're trying to play for. And unfortunately, well, fortunately I was correct about that. Unfortunately, I got caught out. That was a super good ult by Ishtar to stop any sort of dash or any sort of escape that I wanted to do. I probably didn't have to be up that far, but I definitely wanted to get some sort of farm, right? I didn't want to not get farmed, essentially. So I played up there knowing that Thor was gonna gank at some point. So it was just kind of unfortunate I got caught out. If I were to kind of redo that in the future, I'd probably still be that far up. Again, I need the farm, I want the farm, but at the same time, I'd probably try to play a little bit further to the right, or the second I see Ishtar hit 5, I just book it out of there. That's how I would play that differently, I would say. Did we end up getting that shield buff? No, they did, unfortunately. Ishtar actually was stealing a lot of buffs this game from us, which kind of sucked, but... The early game, as I was saying earlier, it's just projected to be rough. If you look at our comp, again, our dueling doesn't get any pressure. I'm not sure about the Guan-Herc matchup. I'm pretty sure Herc should just win that, I want to say. It's probably just a stalemate matchup. Nobody, like, is really gonna hard kill anybody. I mean, both are phenomenal soul laners. Snatty's a very good soul laner. Tommy's a very good soul laner. So, character-wise, though, I believe they kind of just stalemate each other out. I'm not a soul laner, unfortunately, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but they should just be chilling. In terms of mid lane, Merlin wants to scale, and Vulcan has a bit more early pressure than Merlin's gonna have, so they've kind of just drafted pressure across the board. It's just kind of what people do. It's one of the easiest ways to just get a lead in Smite, right, and just kind of try to win off map play alone. But so I want to get Cloak soon. I don't know if I've gotten it yet. I actually just showed the item, but I wasn't able to see if I got Cloak yet. I don't think I have it yet. So I want to get Cloak soon, at the very least. And Cloak on Ardio is really good, actually, because you get the CDs from Cloak, and you're really good at stacking Cloak. The thing about Ardio is, like, she doesn't, like, her 3 is such good poke that it just easily builds up stacks on Cloak. Gamma also gets Cloak this game, too. Gamma's playing the hell, and so he just is going to stack up Cloak as much as possible. So again, we're just kind of chilling here. We just want to sort of just live. We want to live through their entire barrage, their entire onslaught of aggression for as long as possible, and then scale. The thing I like about Ardio is actually not a popular pick right now, especially not support. Typically, if people play her, they play her in soul lane. The thing I like about Ardio, though, is she provides a lot of lockdown, a lot more lockdown than people think she does. She also has a decent amount of pressure. Not more pressure than these characters have, again, but, you know, she has a decent amount of pressure over most characters, I would say, in support. And she has a really good brawl. The thing about this meta is, like, there's a lot of brawling going on, a lot of, like, 5-man, 4-man group ups, a lot of fighting in jungle. And Ardio does really, really well at that, because she always has, like, so many rounds of abilities, all these lockdowns, and so on and so forth. So that's what I like about her. I have a lot of sorry, I can't talk. I have a lot of success with this pick. So, yeah, she's kind of like my bread and butter. Most other sports don't play her. I personally like her a lot. And, you know, you'll get to see later on this game what I mean by lockdown as well, and how well she can influence a team fight. I also think her scaling is pretty good. You don't think she scales that well late game? I disagree. I think she actually scales really well. Right there, I kind of had to be a little careful. I know it was about a few seconds ago, but I had to be a bit careful there. I ended up getting out, thankfully. The sun didn't last too long, and the Vulcan ult just took too long. So luckily I didn't die there. But I am currently the only death on the board right now. This game feels bad, man. Feels bad. Okay, yeah, so this is actually a really good play to look at. Here, I was commenting, I was like, okay, these guys are, like, way too... Like, they have a lot of aggression, sure, but these guys are just way too far up. Like, they're trying to invade our red, they're overextending their aggression, if that makes sense. And so this is a really big misplay by them. And I was calling out, yo, like, let's just fight this, let's be aggressive on this. Like, they can't do that. A lot of the times, I have this kind of gut feeling that, because I've been playing the game for a while, and I like to think that I know the game really well. I have a gut feeling on, like, you know, when I feel strong or when we feel strong on certain fights, in terms of certain comps and stuff like that. And right there, it's like, hey, don't let these guys get a red for free, right? This is what I'm talking about, by the way, from contesting buffs, right? You don't necessarily want to invade their camps, of course, if you're getting out pressure, but you also don't want to give up your camps for free. It's completely and perfectly fine to contest. And right there, they thought they could get away with it. We said, no way, Jose. And we got the squad over there. We got the gang. And we murdered Panda Turtle. All right. Gamma, I also wanted to murder Gamma there, but he got out alive. They called it off. The boys called it off. Got put back on my leash, unfortunately. It's all right, though. So right now we're just vibing, you know, trying to chill in mid lane and just building stacks on Cloak. Nothing too crazy going on here. Nothing too crazy at all. Just want back here. I think the next item I want to go into when I play this character, by the way, is Lotus Sickle. But before I do that, I definitely want to upgrade Shell. So Shell's a really good relic to have. Oath's kind of camp in that corner. Get a little scared here. They pretty much like. If we look at their team comp real quick, because this is actually important to note, Hell doesn't really have the most CC. All right, actually Hell has virtually no CC. All she has is a slow. And so with that being said, there's no way to really lock me down unless you draft CC with other characters. Now look at the rest of their team, disregarding Vulcan. Ramakami is playing Hercules, who's got a lot of CC, great engage. Oath is playing Thor, again, a lot of CC, great engage. And then Jengaru has a bit of CC as well, right on as an ADC. Ishtar has a lot of ADC. So pretty much what they've been doing this whole game, and again, they fail wall onto the ult. I don't know why they tried to do that to me at full HP. That was kind of troll. That was a little weird, but pretty much the whole time, all they're doing is Oath is looking for walls, try to stun me out, and then they want to poke me out. And from there, they can, if they poke me out well enough and they're all grouped up, they can look to go for objectives. So that's kind of like their game plan. But with Panda Turtle wasting his ult there on Vulcan, it makes their game plan a bit harder, because now they don't have secure for objectives. They still have the pressure so they can pull, but they don't have secure for objectives. So it's like, it's hard for them to kind of commit to an objective. Again, Oath here with the wall, like, man, dude, this story is really pissing me off right now, just like rewatching this. This is actually aggravating to watch. But, you know, I'm the tank, I'm the guardian, so I have to step up. Snatty actually calls out, yo, like, I can rotate here, let's get in here. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it, right? And so we actually fight here, and Mickey gets a really good ult off. I get a nice little stun. Thor comes down, already weak. They don't want to fight that. They don't want to take that fight, but Snatty opens up a really good hole for us to get in there. And we pretty much won this fight. I'm just here to help Util slow on Gamma. We lose who? We lose Snatty? That's fine, bro. Snatty's chilling. It's alright to only lose Snatty. And then we kill 3 of them. So they got Pyromancer, and we lost one. However, think about it like this. We just killed 3 of them. And we are in, I think we just got their blue buff too, if I'm not mistaken. But, maybe we didn't. I don't know. But, we just killed 3 of them, and we were down. And the thing about this current meta is that being down and getting kills is really good. So now, like, we're still down gold, but, like, we know we can fight, right? Like, we're actually up in kills, right? We're up 2 kills, but we're down gold, so we're still down overall. But we know for sure that we can just fight. And so one thing that I guess is good to note is, again, just try to contest neutral objectives. Vulcan had no secure right there. He kind of wasted it. That was the opportunity that we were given. We were like, okay, they can't secure, they won't secure. Sandy has a good rotation, and we take that fight. We take that fight because they're on a neutral objective, so we know where they are, and we know what they want to do. So now we know the next play here is Gold Fury. Both teams don't, so we kind of want to hover around mid-duo side of the map. Right, there's nothing for us in solo. Nothing at all. Pyro's already down. And so everything is just around this mid-duo side of the map. So I just want to kind of hover as much as possible. Gamma's poking me out with the hell. Gamma actually does a freak ton of damage this game. But I aggressed on him a little bit. We're like, yo, let's poke him out real quick. We get calls as teams coming. We're like, yeah, no worries. Let's just back off here. Nothing too crazy is happening. Just, again, a little bit of poke. The annoying part about Hell is that she can pretty much heal back all her poke. I have a lot of healing in my kit too, but it's all in combat healing, so I can't just, you know, sit there and heal myself up like Hell can. I actually have to go up and, you know, hit people and minions and so on and so forth. But as I go mid, they hop on gold, and this was kind of a misplay. This is probably a misplay by me, a misplay by us a little bit. It's a common tactic to, like, kind of hover over gold a little bit. All of a sudden if like one team kind of hops off gold, the other team will hop right back on gold. You see in SPL sometimes too, because you know that the other team wants to farm, people want to farm, especially if you're the ones with the lead. You know that the enemy has to farm to catch back up, so you know that they want to leave. So it's a bit of a misplay, unfortunate. Good thing it's not good thing it's not just end-all be-all kind of situation. So Gamma dies, ends up killing Bayro. Hydron actually gets a super sick pick on Oath. I didn't even notice this in the game. And then we end up killing Gamma thanks to Miggy. Really good chase down by him. So Hydro and Miggy actually play that really, really well. We get some good picks. And I'm just going to go ahead and mess with Jengaru a little bit. Be annoying. Again, I'm still building stacks. I know you can't see it here, but I'm still building stacks. So I just want to keep poking them out, keep building these stacks. It should be getting fairly close, actually. Again, Artio built stacks really, really well. But yeah, here I want to back. I try to like hover items for you guys as well, so you guys can see what we're all building. And okay, so we got Shell fully upgraded. We're now upgrading Ankh. And I think like one of the important things here to note is that they only have Hell as like their main healer. And if Hell was the only healer, I probably wouldn't get Ankh this game. Just because, like, yeah, Hell's healing is annoying for sure. But I feel like there'd be a better relic, especially if, you know, my allies and myself are also itemizing into anti-heal at some point in the game. Right? Like, I'd want to think that my Merlin wants to get a Divine and so on and so forth. And so probably like a Deathbringer too from, you know, Miggy. So, but holding that thought real quick. Again, another overextension by this team. I call it, I'm like, yo, Rem's up here, let's just gank him. Like, we have all the lockdown we need for him. I just force his beads with my cripple. Let's just kill him. And so that's what we do here, right? Like, we just, okay. He's a tough bastard to kill, I'll tell you that much. It was a pain in the ass, it was a bitch, but we got it. Rem is down, that's their tank. And so, this kind of opens up the map a little bit for us. Getting that kill again's worth a lot of gold XP, even if it's shared, because they are ahead. And Snidey gets the free farm a little bit as well if he wants to. I'm just being a little bit aggressive, looking for some poke, so on and so forth. But yeah, going back to the Ankh sort of thing, as long as we itemize in that inside heal would have been fine. But because they also have the Herc, I felt like, okay, what if I just get the upgraded Ankh to be able to increase, you know, the damage that we deal with them and so on and so forth, and now it's really good. So because they have the Herc as well as the Hell, I go ahead and get on. Got Vulcan beats in mid. Snidey got a super good kill onto Jengaru. And then I'm just here, I'm probably just screaming like I'm out of mana, you know, I want to back. We're kind of weak too. We just want to reset. Resetting is a really big thing in this game. A lot of like lower ranking players don't do it that much or as fast, so reset, and I also get upgrade on, and we have Lotus Sickle as well. So now both my relics are upgraded. Bayro gets a super good kill onto Gamma. Don't know how that happened. I guess they overextended again. That's kind of the theme for this game, I want to say, is they overextend quite a bit. And that's one thing that you just got to be careful. Smite's the kind of game, especially in this season, where if you have a lead that's good, that means you have an advantage in the fights. You, of course, want to get a lead. But at the same time, too, there's super heavy catch-up mechanics in this game. So if you do die with a lead, you will get the enemy up there very, very fast. You know, something that might take 10 minutes to, like, gold or whatever that might take 10 minutes for you guys to get, that, you know, 6k gold lead that might take 10 minutes, could get diminished all in, like, 1 to 2 plays. Even in the mid-game, just because of how this game is. So, we end up getting gold for free uncontested. I guess, like, Gamma just spawned, they couldn't really contest us. Here, I kind of want to see if we could, like, gank Jengaru a bit, but, we're too far. I guess we're just too far down, and that's fine. Like, we don't want to make the mistakes that they're making by overextending at all. So I back here, get some more wards. Again, gold's down, so one other theme is of this game is to, if an objective is down on one side of the map, it's probably best, good rule of thumb, to play the opposite side of the map. So I want to get some wards up, and I want to see if I can try to ward up left side or solo side. But not before I fuck with these guys in mid. They want to take our tower. I think we end up just giving this up, I want to say. They are kind of 3 strong here, and Hell's healing pretty hard. There goes Oath with the wall again. Golly, dude, this guy loves me. It's all good though. Oh, watch this, watch this. Hold on. Get a little taste of message. Yep, get that cripple, forces ult early. That's actually really good for us. That, you know, shouldn't be walling me, but I go ahead and cripple him. He can't teleport to that hammer because he's inside my cripple, and so he gets a little scared. He doesn't know if there's any follow-up or not, so it's just in his best interest to ult out. Thor ult's on a relatively low cooldown anyways. But it was pretty good. Now we don't have the threat of Thor ult for a good 50 or 60 seconds. Maybe a little bit longer than that, which is kind of nice. So it does kind of like allow us to maybe make a play or so, or it does kind of open up the map a little bit, knowing that Thor doesn't have ult for a tiny bit. But nothing too crazy. I don't think that leads to really anything. looks like Soul Laners is just brawling right now in solo. Nothing too bad going on. I will say too, make sure like if you're playing support and whatnot, the Greed buff is very important early game for sustain. I mean, it's important all game. It's important all game, but Soul Laners might like to take it late game, and if so, just give it to them. But early game, it's really important for sustain. The MP5 you get is awesome. So here, I actually know that they want to go on me, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get out. I think, yeah, okay. So this was just kind of unfortunate. I made a positioning mistake there, and I kind of fucked up. I did get my onk off on them though before that happened. So while Game is healing them, he's making them take increased damage, and my teammates are hopefully getting the heals as well. And my teammates actually start frying here a little bit. They start fragging. Hydro gets a nice little kill, and then Snatty ends up killing Jengaru here as well. So wasn't the worst trade-off, but at the same time too, we kind of got wiped, and that's just on me. That's me being out of position. I'm a really big part of our fight, really big portion of our fight. So just gotta make sure. That's one of the issues with a character like Ardio. If I'm say Fafnir there or Jing, I can easily get out, right? Like I never get punished for being right there. But a character like Ardio, yes, she does have a dash, but it's a channel dash, so it can be interrupted quite easily, and she can be trapped, especially with the team comp that they have. So you kind of want to like kind of see what character you are in position relative to what character you are there. Same thing, if I'm like Ymir, I die there as well probably, unless I can get a really good wall off. But again, it was my bad, but they didn't really get anything off of it because my teammates came in clutch. We had a really good, pretty good Merc ult there, and we also had a really good Guan ult. I think Bayro popped off too, Hydro popped off, so everybody kind of popped off there to kind of like neutral off the fight. And luckily, my mistake didn't lead to an FG or anything like that, which was nice. So we're gonna group up, do some Pyro. What's nice about Merlin is Merlin has a lot of shred. He's got super high objective shred, and yeah, pretty much just has shred. That's about it. He doesn't have secure though. I mean, like he does, but he does have secure, but it's like a not really. You don't want to ever rely on Merlin abilities for secure. You mainly want to rely on them for shred. So we have a lot of shred this game. Here going the Herc a little bit. No way we ever kill him here, but the cripple helps to lock him down. Maybe get a little bit of poke off. Nothing too crazy. I think I actually end up wasting more mana than we burn on his HP bar, which kind of sucks. So, but Herc's just up here fishing. I stun him off me just to make sure I'm not, you know, getting dashed on or anything like that. We know that they want to do fire soon, and we want to make sure we set up our ward line and decrease their ward line. I end up backing here. I back on a, so what's very important is I make sure to back on a sentry, or at least at the very edge of the sentry. And that's very, very important for fire, really for any objectives, because if they see you, if you're not backing on a sentry, two things happen. One is they either know that you're backing, or two, you don't know that they know that you're backing. Wait, did that make sense? All right, well, the big thing is they know that you're backing, or they have the potential to know that you're backing. And so you want to make sure you back on sentry, because you know that they don't know that you're backing, if that makes sense. And so that's what's very important here. If I back, then they could easily start gold. So here I know my team's backing up, so I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. You know, don't want it to happen again. Miggy's split pushing mid a little bit, which is completely fine. So if Miggy's split pushing that situation, I think he's wrapping around now, and I'm like, yo, let's chase these guys. Like Miggy's got a nice little flank. We got minions pushed up. Let's fucking like hammer at him a little bit. Let's pop the onk here. Hell walks up, gets absolutely obliterated by my backline. Beautiful work. I'm like, okay, she's dead. Let me chase these guys now. I think I go a little too deep here. Again, I want to peel from my back line. They're actually getting gone up on. There is a Thor in the game, so I got to remember that, hey, Thor can dunk on my back line. He actually ends up getting a double kill. However, Bayro and Guan are still up, and they're fragging. I'm fooling with the Ishtar right now. Got my cripple, so she can't dash me. She wants to. She tried, and it ended up failing. So now I'm good. I'm alive. Snatty gets a kill on Rem, which is huge. Kind of just another stalemate fight. Nothing too much going on. I'm level 15 now. I think I can back for... Oh wait, no, I don't have enough for starter, unfortunately. But I do want to get starter soon, so... One of the things in sport is you always want to try to play for your starter, of course. I mean, that's any role. But support level 15 is pretty much any other role's level 20's power spike, right? Of course, you can still get prots and stuff like that. Oh, looks like I already have starter. Never mind. But of course, you can get like prots and stuff like that. You know, being past level 15, but level 15 really is your level 20. So that's like the big thing. I didn't realize I started that fight. Oops. Even better then. Okay, so here we're just, again, I mean, this is just obvious, you know, everybody, it's 25 minutes into the game, we're pretty much mid-late game, mid to late game, we're kind of like transitioning, starting to transition to the late game here. So obviously fire is the main objective on the map, and will remain so until the game is over. So the big thing is, we want to pretty much defend fire, which is exactly what we don't do. I ended up backing, I believe I backed on the sentry there, and I think it was just super duper unfortunate that, man, that just sucks. I think it was just super duper unfortunate that I backed and they decided to pull as soon as I backed, because I wanted to get some boards. And then the chain lightning killed Sparrow. Chain lightning off me, so that was just super unfortunate. But now they have fire, and this is kind of, I mean, to be honest with you, we've been fighting an uphill battle the whole game, but now it's just like, damn, they have fire with this kind of comp. Like, it's gonna be tough, right? This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a hard game to try to finish out. So Rem gets a huge pull on me, but nothing past that really. And then I just kind of get ulted by Jangaru, and you know, that's that. I believe we do end up losing this Phoenix. We definitely do. Hydra's just hidden, but they run away, so nothing too crazy. So I ended up just kind of like skipping through my death. Nothing was really happening there. They ran away, and I respawned, and I'm happy now. Big thing is, yeah, we lost the Phoenix. Gotta remember, though, that Phoenix doesn't feel the worst to lose, okay? So if you look at the map, and you look at how the map's structured, again, Fire Giant being the best objective on the map, you see that if you lose the Phoenix closest to Fire Giant, one of the big things about losing a Phoenix is you have to defend from Fire Waves. But if you lose the one closest to FG, it's pretty easy to defend Fire Waves while still defending the FG, right? But if you lose a dual-side Phoenix, it's kind of hard, right? Because now you're across the map, and they know that you can't really make it there unless say you're soloing or TPing over. But even if you're soloing or TPing over, they can force your TP, and then they still have Fire Maidens coming over. So, not the worst Phoenix to lose. Definitely, like, it does suck to lose a Phoenix, of course, because then it opens up, like, backdoor possibilities, but nothing too crazy. In this season 2 as well, Titan with cleave autos. A lot of people don't think about this. With the cleave autos from the Titan, he can deal with a couple minion waves. Okay, so Thor had a really good wall right there. I think Miggy actually ends up getting out, which was huge. But then he ends up getting... Actually, he did not get ulted by Thor. In any case, okay, so here I'm in their backline here. I get a really good stun. Me and Snatty are frontlining so well here. I crippled Jangaru, forced him to use ult, which is super nice. And now we're just trying to defend super hard. This is really good frontlining. Another like huge stun. That was a 3-man. I just want to make sure I don't die. I ended up running into the baseball, and I actually thought the explosion was gonna kill me. I was kind of playing with death right there. I was on death's doorstep, but nothing too crazy. So we end up living, which is good, and we unfortunately do lose the mid Phoenix, but this is where they fuck up. And I'll show you what I mean by this. They fucked up by going on Mama Bear RDO. Right? Look at that. Jangaru can't dash, he's got nothing. Just super good frontlining right here. Allows my teammates to get in there. Miggy cleans up the kill, huge. And I'm like, yo, I'm just going this hell real quick. How about Hydro with the hell? Stun him. Easy picks for Hydro. And we're gonna dash down mid. Again, look at this lockdown on her. This is what I mean by RDO's lockdown. Watch this. Here's this 6-second cripple. Fuck up Oath, get a heal from Miggy as well. Now we're slowing him to a root and then stunning him. My man was literally CC'd for like 8 seconds. Herc was CC'd right there for like 8 seconds, okay? And so, remember what I told you earlier, how these guys just kept overextending this game? That was another overextension. You guys just got a double Phoenix down. And you were playing the corner. I think we had them on the ward, so we kind of knew. And I said, yo, let's fight these guys. We said, let's fight these guys. We're strong, all right? Like, we just got out of base, whatever. They got 2 Phoenixes. They want it back. So we fight them, and they decided to try to ambush us, and they just hard lose. And bada bing, bada boom, that's the game. So, you just, when you're playing with the lead, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because just because you have a lead doesn't mean you're automatically going to win the game, right? You should be favored to win the game. Statistically speaking, you should win the game. But, especially in this meta, one team wipe 25 plus minutes in the game, I mean, this was only 30 minutes in, you're gonna lose. Like, you're gonna die. So, in any case, guys, that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to commentate over it. We each got 2k gems from it. It was awesome. And again, I just hope you guys enjoyed. It was pretty high-level gameplay with some really good players and notable names. So, yeah, that's it. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.